A quick addendum to setting up your model. I forgot a couple things. The first thing is let's go look. If you look here in your toolbar docking here, there's one that looks like a little video camera screen. If you click on that, it's display settings, and this is pretty much how your model is looking in your 2D and 3D view. And right here at the top, you see environment. Now, this is actually the HDRI map that is lighting the model currently. You cannot see it because it's been um, rendered invisible. Opacity is all the way down. So before we change that, let's go here. You'll notice here it says environmental opacity, exposure, blur, and rotation. So let's start by turning up the opacity, and let's turn down the blur. And now you see we have a HDRI map that is lighting this model. Now, usually in Second Life, we want our models to be lit fairly evenly, and the default one doesn't do a horrible job of it, but you'll see that the back of this model is kind of, you know, darker than the front. I will add to the folder a link to get a different HDRI map. But anyway, to change this map, right here where it says environmental map, you can click on it and you get a little window with a bunch of teeny tiny environmental maps. Now these maps are identical to the ones that you over here in your asset browser if you um, filter for environments. These are they're still tiny, but they're a little bit bigger than that. Um, so you can either just click on it here and it'll change, or you can grab one here and drop it into this window and it'll do the exact same thing. Now this is the map that I'm going to share with you, and I'm going to turn it down so it's not so distracting. I'll turn the opacity down, and it does a better job of lighting the model evenly. You can also rotate the environment and get it to a place where it's kind of doing a better job of lighting it evenly, and you can change the exposure. Um, so that's the thing that I to mention. Let's turn no one on this one. Okay, got my gold one. Um, the other thing is just kind of a note. We're not going to be using it a great deal initially, but um, this little world looking thing icon, this is your shader settings, and this is the essentially the 3D engine that Systems Painter is going to use to process your materials and etc. And you have options about which one to use. There's a whole bunch of them in here. Um, I usually use this one, the Adobe Dimension one, which is actually a little bit obsolete, but I like it. And different shaders are going to allow different channels, and that will make more sense later. But for example, if you wanted to add um, a um, alpha cutout to your model, some of these will allow you to do it and others will not. And there's other things that, you know, certain shaders are good for some things, and others are better for other things. Most of the stuff that we're creating Second Life can absolutely get away with a single shader. Um, but you know, at times if you have, say you have something with metal that you want really shiny, and you also have something that you want really kind of opaque, flat and stuff, you can kind of refine those textures by having different shaders for them. Um, you aren't going to really, other than going in and I usually just go in and change it to Adobe Dimension. You can get away just ignoring that, but I did want to point it out.